Hi, my name is Annie King and I'm one of the school counselors at South Portland High School. Today we're going to be talking about scheduling for the 2021-22 school year, and this is for rising 10th graders, 11th graders, and 12th graders. So normally we would do this in person in English classes, but this year we will be doing this virtually through this video and presentation, but we are happy to follow up with questions, so don't hesitate to reach out to us. So with that, we'll get started. Just a couple reminders. In order to graduate from South Portland High School, you have to earn a minimum of 24 credits. And within those 24 credits, there are certain classes that are required that you take before you graduate, and there's other classes that you have flexibility in choosing. So another reminder, a year-long class such as like English or math, that counts as 1 credit. And then a half a year class, or what we call a semester, that's half a credit. And in order to earn your credit, you have to have a passing grade, which is 70 or higher. And this is just a little reminder about our specific graduation requirements. So something to keep in mind as you are working on your schedule for this year. And another reminder about our grading scale, 0 to 100, and again, you have to earn a minimum of a 70 in order to pass a class and earn your credit. So a couple common scheduling questions. How many classes do I have to take? So all students 9 through 12 are required to take at least 6 classes per semester. So you may take more than that, but the minimum is 6 per semester. So then a follow-up question to that would be, well, how many electives do I have to request? And that depends how many open blocks you have based on what you're required to take or recommended to take. So most students will take their 4 core classes: English, math, history, and science. And then some students are going to take a language, or maybe you do band and chorus every year. So it depends how many blocks you have open. And again, make sure you're thinking about what graduation requirements you haven't yet met. So it depends how many electives, but you have to have at least 6 credits in your schedule total. So you may be wondering, where do I find what classes are being offered? So this course elective sheet is a form that has all of the classes that we could potentially run next year, and it's broken up by department. And it has the course number, the course name, what grades are eligible to take that class, and how many credits it's worth if you successfully complete it. So we're really lucky. We have a lot of different electives that students can take in high school. And also we've noted the PATHS program and all of the different programs that they offer at their school that are open to 11th and 12th graders. Here's another little reminder about our graduation requirements, and then here's a little work space for you to outline your potential schedule for next year. So then you might be looking at that list of all the classes and say, well, I'm not sure what this class is and what I would do in that class. So Program of Studies is located on the school counseling website and also linked here in the presentation, but this program of studies basically tells you everything you'd need to know about South Portland High School, and it has the course descriptions for every course, so both elective courses and core classes. So lots and lots of good information in there. So some things to consider when you're requesting classes for next year. Again, think about your graduation requirements. So what classes have you taken, and what classes still remain that you have to take? Also, you want to think about what your future career goals and interests are and what classes then relate to those goals. So maybe you're thinking you want to study engineering in college. You should definitely take some math and science classes, but also we have a class called Design and Engineering. So that might be something you want to check out and try. So in addition to relating it to your career goals and interests, you also want to have a rigorous schedule, meaning you want to take classes that challenge you. And attention seniors, so you guys want to maintain the same level of rigor that you've had all throughout high school. So you don't want senior year to be a break. You want to make sure that you're still challenging yourself. And though we don't require students to take a 4th math or a 4th science, we really strongly encourage you to do so if you are planning to go to college. So think about what you might take for a math or science class, and what other classes you could take to make yourself the most competitive candidate that you can in the college process. Some other things to consider when requesting classes. So some unique opportunities for upperclassmen are the cooperative work experience, which is open to 11th and 12th graders. So if you have a part-time job, say you work at Hannaford, you can apply to be in the cooperative work experience, and you actually earn credit for the job that you do outside of school. So you would do some work through Google Classroom, and you can earn up to 2 credits, So that's the cooperative work experience. And then the internship is for seniors, and there is an application required in order to enroll in that program. But say you kind of have an idea of what you want your career to be. Say you maybe want to be a physical therapist. We can help put you in touch with that kind of profession, and you can do kind of like an extended job shadow is what an internship is. So it's a really good way for you to decipher whether or not that career path could be a good one for you. The Portland Arts and Technology High School, what we call PATHS, is a hands-on career and technical high school in Portland. And again, that's open to 11th and 12th graders at the high school. You'd spend half your day at PATHS, so blocks 1 and 2 at PATHS, and blocks 3 and 4 back at South Portland High School, and we do provide transportation. This year, to be enrolled in a PATHS program, you have to do a virtual visit and be accepted into that program in order to attend. So if you have any questions about PATHS, please let us know. We'd be happy to set you up for a visit, and we'd be happy to let you know and answer any of your questions. Another opportunity for seniors and juniors are college courses. So we have an agreement that our students can take up to 12 college credits a year for free, and you get both high school credit and college credit. So that's really a good advantage if you can go into college having a couple credits under your belt. If you're interested or would like more information, please let your counselor know, and we'd be happy to show you how to look for courses. So we've created some sample schedules, and these are just samples. So, this is not for everybody. Your schedule is very individualized to you. But this is a potential 10th grade schedule, and this student decided to take an honor science. So you'll note that that takes up 2 blocks out of 8 in your schedule. And also we've noted here that all 10th graders will automatically be added to health and 9-10 seminar, which are both graduation requirements. The only way that you wouldn't be recommended for a 9-10 seminar is if you currently take JMG or plan to take JMG. Here's an example of a 11th grade schedule, and this student decided to take 7 credits in their schedule, so they just have 1 block of a workshop for the whole year. So just an example. Here's an example of a 12th grade schedule. And as you'll see here, that student decided to take 2 lab sciences. So they're taking an honors physics and an AP bio. And you'll note here that they have their labs corresponding in the same block. So instead of these 2 courses taking up 4 blocks, they actually just take up 3, because the physics lab might be on white A days and the biology lab might be on white B days. So they're on the opposite day. And here's a schedule for a student that attended PATHS. So blocks 1 and 2, they're at PATHS, and then blocks 3 and 4, they're back at the high school taking classes. So here's just a little format that you can put in your English, history, science, and math placements, and then put in some elective classes that you might want to take. So what's next? We really would like for you to take this opportunity now to think about what classes you might want to take next year. Your core class recommendations are already in Infinite Campus from your teachers this year. So your responsibility as a student is to request elective courses in Infinite Campus. And again, here's the course elective form in which it shows all the classes that we may be offering. And you'll find the course numbers and the course names. So I recommend that you put that form up on a browser and then also have your Infinite Campus open as well. Please use the sample schedules as a guide to figure out how many classes you need to request. And in the following slides, I'll show you exactly how to request classes in Infinite Campus. And the deadline for submitting is Wednesday, March 31st. So that gives you a little less than 2 weeks. And let us know if you have any questions at all. We'll have our contact info on the last slide. So to request classes in Infinite Campus, you first log into Infinite Campus. If you haven't done so recently, there's the link to Infinite Campus here. And if you've forgotten your password, there's a link to the form to have it reset here. So this is what it looks like when you log into Infinite Campus. We'll have your personal information here. So what you'll do is on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll click on More at the very bottom, and then you'll click on Course Registration. Then it will ask you what year, and you're going to select the 21-22 school year. And then you'll see that you'll have some recommendations already in here. Those are your required classes. So those are your core classes like math, science, English. So those are the ones that are going to stay. And to add electives, you click on Add Course at the bottom in that blue square. And then you can search the course either by name or by course number. So this student just typed in Spanish. So Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all show up, but you want to make sure you pick the right one. And you just click on the plus button on the one that you want, and it will be added. And it will ask you if you wanted to request it as a course or an alternate. So when you say request, that means it's like your first choice elective. And when you select it as an alternate, that means it's like a second choice. So if you didn't get into your first choice, you'd be okay with that alternate class. All right, and so you continue to pick classes by searching them until you've either hit 75% complete, or you could see that there's 24 out of 32 units. So if you have less than 24 units, then you know that you need to keep selecting more classes because you don't have 6 classes yet. But if you see 75% complete or 24 out of 32, then you've selected at least 6 courses for each semester. So you can be done with your course selections. We do ask that you include some alternates because if the requests that you have are full, we want to make sure that you can get into a class that you would enjoy. So please select a couple alternates. So a couple ways to get some help. You can make an appointment with your counselor either in person or virtually. And on the guidance homepage, which looks like this, there is a link to make an appointment with your counselor. And also you can just email us if you'd like to do that. And our contact information is on the next slide. But your deadline to submit requests is Wednesday, March 31st. And that is an important deadline because we use your requests in order to build the master schedule. So we want to know what students want to take for classes. So here's our contact information and the students that we work with. Like I said, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd be happy to help in any way that we can. So we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.